Welcome back to Fire Emblem Thracia 776. Last time, after a long and arduous process, we actually managed to take the pirate boss alive! However, he's not the actual boss of the pirates, that's what we're going after now. And our goal is also to take them alive. In this chapter, I'm going to be explaining some of the intricacies of capturing recruitable characters. So this very bandit-coded music. And we don't even have like a world map sequence for this one. But we have this guy. I shouldn't have to say this, Livus, but don't you dare lay a hand on the cleric. I'm the coolest. But we also have, so a decidedly non-edgelord guy here. Who is basically sexually harassing this cleric. Who is trying to convince him to fight the Empire, but like, this guy, he's the guy who sold out Leaf to the Empire, not that this cleric knows that, so, yeah. Also, this is our first mention of the Child Hunts, so this is another thing that you know about if you play Genealogy of the Holy War. The Grand Vale Empire is aligned with the Loptrian cult, and they sacrifice children to their dark god. The Empire is helping round up children for those sacrifices. And that's why most decent people think it's their moral imperative to fight the Empire. That's also a good line. And Tara is also, that's also a great line as well. Tara is, I think it's actually spelled differently in Heroes. But yeah, that's like the one place that is still in dispute, and that may or may not be a plot point later. I'm very sure this is very much not within your power. This is very much like that thing with Meg and the Centaur and Hercules, where it's like, he made me an offer I had to refuse. Livus is not the most likable person in Fire Emblem by a very, very, very long shot. I'll get into more on him later. Barely be able to see in front of them. By that, he means 3 spaces. I should also mention, in Thracia, thieves do not have increased vision range in Fog of War. Yeah, that's actually a good hint. In the forts, if you have a unit wait on them, you can find torches. There are also some enemies that might be carrying them. Welcome to Fire Emblem's first ever Fog of War map. Another mechanic that Thracia introduced. However, Thracia Fog is very unique. You cannot see anything in the darkness at all. However, if you want a full map of this chapter, here it is, thanks to Fire Emblem World of Dragons. There are going to be reinforcements that come from these little islands up north. I've never actually had them reach me in any of my playthroughs, so I don't really worry about them too much. So down one side, we're going to be encountering a lot of enemies. One of them has a steel axe that I kind of want to capture. So I may send Finn and Dagdar down that direction. Dagdar with his tankiness is not a bad person to put right up the front. Don't want to equip the Brave Axe though. Okay, good. Ossian is over there. Unfortunately, Tanya's a little behind. I want her to be near him at all times. Aval should probably go the other pathway. I would really like Ossian to gain some experience here too. Oh, right, Leaf and Aval have a conversation, and it's a very important one, in fact. You really want to make sure that you get this conversation. It doesn't really give you any gameplay benefits. Well, that's classic Ronan, but he can't do anything with it because we've took up all the spaces on the beach. We have a new enemy phase theme for Fog of War maps as well, and as is classic with Fog of War, the enemy can attack people they couldn't see at the start of their turn because the AI cheats and can see everything. It wasn't until way later in both Fire Emblem and Advance Wars, thank you Remake, that enemies stopped doing that. Okay, I can attempt to capture you, barely not enough to double though, unfortunately. I think I am just gonna do a regular combat against this guy, and then I'm gonna have Avol be the one to initiate the conversation. I don't want to get Adept here, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I did want to get Adept. That at least leaves close to another level up. I think I'll move... I can't actually move Tanya in closer. 1, 2, 3... Actually, if Tanya goes here, I think Ossian is in support range. But again, it's capped 25%, so it's not like that's going to help that much. Yep, that was not great. Okay. Really? I'm going to have to do this with Ronan, aren't I? There is an enemy with a steel bow somewhere in the darkness. I'm not even going to turn animations on because Ronan... Oh, probably should have. He got strength on a 15% growth. Oh boy. Is Ronan going to become the clan of this playthrough? Maybe. Oh, Leaf has to be the one to initiate. That's interesting. I didn't realize conversations were sometimes, like, were not always two-way. But yeah, gotta send Avol that way. You, oh, you're the guy with the steel axe. Okay. Dagdar, that doesn't actually quite have a full inventory. Yeah, it's the sand. The sand is bad for cavalry movement. Now, I suppose I could show off Finn dismounting, maybe. He might be able to get through the sand next turn if he does that. But you, right there, you are going to come with me. You always have to be a little careful in Fog of War, because you never know where enemies might be hiding, but I would appreciate an extra steel axe. Oh, yeah, like I said, you never know where enemies might be hiding. There was one right behind that guy, and I couldn't even see it. And now the Gugu music returns. Yes, do that, please. That would be chapter over for me. So, Shiva is that edgelord from before, and he's a sellsword. I love this portrait. This is not the last time you'll be seeing this portrait. It's amazing. That's also a good line. But yeah, it is kind of interesting that you get this much characterization out of an early game like Bandit Leader. And we're getting even more as well. But yeah, again, he's basically just pretending to try and fight the Empire, just to essentially get in Safi's pants. That's basically his whole motivation. Yeah. Hello there. This is where a cost is gonna, well, cost me. Or Dagdar could just be a beast and dodge everything, because Dagdar. Must be like whenever Dagdar captures something, he has to say, hate to break it to you, kid, but you're dead. Work for me, well, not work for, give me your items, and I'll bring you back to life, I guess. Also, my Irish accent is horrible, even though I am actually part Irish. That's actually true. I'm like 30% Irish, 30% Scottish, and I have 2% Germanic Europe in me. I don't know where that comes from. But I assume maybe Denmark? Yes, numbers aren't everything when all the enemies are pathetic bandits with bad stats. There are actually a couple of warriors in the darkness, though, you have to be careful of. So this right here is a very important conversation. Lithus is small time and ain't worth killing. When we get our hands on him, take him alive and don't let him go after the fighting's done. This is very important. So, I have been, like, yeeting every boss that I capture, afterwards, but you do not want to do that to this guy. Oh, wait, please don't. Ah, dang it. I was like, oh, I could have also... Actually, maybe I can pierce the darkness a little bit with Halvin or... Yeah, Tanya can't see that far. But you can. I didn't actually want to send Halvin in this direction, but, I guess I had to for the sake of the vision. And goodbye, pirate. I'm not going to be capturing a lot of the enemies here, both because it's a bit harder to plan your captures in Fog of War, and also because I already have a lot of items. Okay, yeah, so I can get through there, then I can mount up. Unfortunately, Marty's not really liking that sand. because it's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere. So one of those forts, I almost called them villages, one of those forts has a torch in it. Also, like is typical with games with Fog of War, if you run into an enemy while you're moving in the fog, you'll immediately end your turn with an exclamation mark. Oh, hello there. You are absolutely dead because you attacked Avol. For a moment, I was a little bit worried about her if the warrior comes in, and then I just realized, oh wait, no, she's Avol, she's invincible. The only time I've ever seen her get captured is if she is capturing an enemy. Which is pretty rare, considering that, also, it's the first sword Ryukan of the playthrough. Which is pretty rare, considering that, she doesn't really have a lot of con. That's the warrior, I think. Yeah, there we go. He's actually pretty tough. But if I put Avol right in... No, I think he has extra room to maneuver. Yeah. 12 con, though, so Dagdar can get him. Unfortunately, Dagdar's, he's not actually that far this direction. Oh, Finn can obviously get him too, what am I talking about? But there's more sand. Yeah, Finn is not the greatest at this whole thing. You have Steel Axe and Steel Bow. Yeah, I am gonna have Avol just sort of hover for a moment. Around, like, here? Maybe? Okay, can't see that warrior anymore. Which would be a bit of a problem if he gets to Leaf. I guess Ronan can go... Yeah, he got a movement star. Can go there. Just trying to find a way to get Finn in as soon as effectively as possible. I suppose Marty will be going that direction, which is kind of not really ideal because he has a support with Dagdar, or Dagdar has a support with him. It's one way regardless. Marty has an interesting credits thing with Dagdar, but we'll talk about that once we get there, I suppose. If I go down here, will the warrior actually go for Dagdar? I wouldn't be totally opposed to that. He no longer has the hand axe, though. And Ronan, you just stay there. Hello there, mate. You are... actually even less accuracy against me because of Leaf. Also, your HP is pretty low for a warrior, but I'm totally fine with that because it helps me just barely not be able to capture you. Okay. Oh, and he's stuck there for some reason. Oh, I guess this tile is the only traversable tile and Avol's standing on it. Yeah, I want to capture this guy because he has a torch. And get Finn down there a little bit. And you do have your bow equipped, so I suppose Leaf could actually go for... I'm gonna hold off, though. Yeah, this part of the song, it always sounded really nice to me, but, so you might recognize this song if you played any multiplayer in, Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, because this is the Fog of War theme for the multiplayer in that game. It's also used in New Mystery of the Emblem for the Fog of War chapters in the... We can't actually progress anywhere from here because, yeah, Thracia fog. It lacks that really nice flute riff that's in this version. They kind of cut that for some reason. Okay, so we should be getting a torch if we stop here. Here we go. We obinated a torch. That's how I used to say obtained when I was a kid playing Pokemon Gold and Silver. I used to think it meant, like, when it says obtained berry, when you, like examine a tree, like, I always used to think obinated was, like, some fancy word for edible. It was like, oh, hey, you found an edible berry that you can use. So it's like, obinated berry. It's not just a berry, it's an obinated berry. Oh, hi. Please tell me that I didn't equip the light brand. Yeah, because me getting doubled by that would have been really bad. Yeah, there's also a dedicated level up theme for Thracia, just like there was in Genealogy, which is pretty cool. Okay, so... oh, that's actually pretty good damage. However, See, here's the problem. If I attack with Avol, this guy is probably gonna die. If I attack with Ronan, Ronan is probably... Okay, I do 6 damage to you. It'd be so funny if Ronan becomes the clan of this playthrough. Not really counting on it, but we'll see. Ow. hopefully, you are gonna be captured inside Finn, which sounds very weird, before you get a chance to kill Ronan. Okay, if I move Avol away... I only have... Yeah, this should be fine. Or I can hit him with a light brand at close range, for 11 damage to drop into 14. If there's another thing lurking in the darkness, though, I could be... Actually, I can tell if there's another thing lurking in the darkness, because Dagdar has a torch now. So let's go ahead and... It's only one use. Gives plus 10 vision, decreases by 1 each turn. Let's fire up that bad boy. I'm never saying that again. Yeah, we can see a lot now. And it's just an archer. It's just a bird. So I should be fine to use the light brand. Though I do have a 3% chance of getting adept. Okay, there we go. So you're now down to 13. Avol can maybe try and plug that bridge, I guess. I could capture with Finn, or I could Marty Party, which won't work. Okay. Brave Lance, like, this has to work or I'm in very serious trouble. Come on, Brave Lance, you can do it. Oh no. Oh no, this is bad. Wait. Is the Marty Party gonna save me? Oh, this is hilarious. Oh no. Because either Leaf or Ronan is gonna die if this doesn't work. Oh. Finn, why'd you have to miss? But also... Marty Party! We've never partied this hard with Marty. Yes! Yes, he did it! Marty Party saved Ronan and Leaf's lives, and he leveled up too. Oh. Yeah, gained con. That's a pretty typical level up. I cannot believe that actually happened. Wow. See, this is why people like Marty, because he does stuff like that. That was something. Yeah, that guy has a steel bow and a vulnerary. I really would like to capture him if at all possible. Fortunately, his attack range overlaps with the other guys, and Ossian will... On the other hand, I don't think I really need a steel bow. Although, 14 attack, 17 attack, 4 defense, 10, and... I think Ossian is fine. Halvin does have 5 defense, so I could try for Halvin going there. Or there could be another enemy. I need to advance scout with you first. Okay, there was not another enemy that I know of. I cannot believe that just happened. I nearly had a heart attack, but... Oh, there was another enemy! Okay, hi. Somebody here needs to miss, actually. Yeah, this is the problem with Thracia Fog. You have to be very, very careful where you move. Somebody please miss. 37, come on. Yes, okay, good. I think he's fine. Unless there's a 4th pirate in there somewhere. Okay. Yeah. This is definitely boding better than my practice playthrough, I can tell you that much. Is that archer even going to move? Well, actually, the archers are moving now, so he's probably going to move with this guy. I do not care. To be honest, I've basically done, like, most of the capturing and fighting that I want to. And, yeah, there you are. Hi. I'm 14. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, and you missed anyway. Okay. He didn't have a lot of HP, though. I probably could have captured him pretty easily in melee, but oh well. Oh well. He decided to provoke the literal wrath of Ossian, and, yes, he paid the price. So, I believe if we step on this fort, we also get a torch. I might want to save that torch for later, though. Okay, good, you do have a vulnerary. I am a little worried about Tanya going this way, because if there's another pirate somewhere that I can't see, I don't really want to use the torch just yet. Well, thankfully her dad's going this way. Oh yeah, Tanya's Dagdar's daughter, by the way, if that wasn't made clear from, like, earlier. How much do you... Oh, you have a full inventory. Well, I guess Ronan needs to take his stuff. Steel axe, steel bow, torch, which is always nice to have. I think I might pop that torch later, though. And now, we release you from the clutches of the Marty Party. It sounds horrifying. Okay, Finn. Oh, I can... Do you have anything good? Or you just have an iron bow? I mean, it's better than nothing if I actually one-round you with capturing, which I think I do. Yeah, horses sound really good when they're moving. Finn, what are you doing today? Finn is having an off day. At least this means experience for Leaf, but still. Thank you. Thank you. Because, you know, Leonster's finest are... It's a bit of an embarrassing performance right now, I'll say. Ah, that was a reinforcement, but I am not sure where, because Fog of War. They start out from the very, very north forts. And that's my torch shrinking on somebody. Ossian is fine. Halvin's the one with the torch, gotta remember that. And I do not like the fact that Dagdar's that far back, because I'm gonna need him later. Okay, now this is where I do want to pop the torch, and I think I'll probably do it with Finn, if Finn has any spare... Oh, he does have spare inventory space. Or not, because Finn's, like, sucked in terms of the sand. That's a weird way to say that, but yeah. Guess Aval can go, like, here-ish. So, we're actually very close to the end of the map. We'll be able to see it if we use some torches, but for now I'm just going to still advance slowly and cautiously. Leaf could use his light brand to heal, but I have 2 vulneraries, I may as well use those instead. A bit less valuable. I don't like that Ronan has 3 HP, because I know that reinforcements eventually come from these islands, but they're going to take a little while to cross the sea. Lazy Town style. Hello. I think there's another warrior up here as well. And then I know there's another warrior up here. Yeah, this is another one of those reasons where it's just like, Thracia isn't exactly difficult, more just obtuse. You kind of need to have played these Fog of War missions before. If you haven't, I highly recommend just advancing very, very slowly, keeping everyone together, otherwise that happens. And using the torches that you get liberally. But even then, like, they do say there are spare torches on... You might be finding spare torches, but, like, who would know to stop on those forts just to get an extra torch? Like, that's a very obtuse thing as well. Like, again, Thracia is less hard than it is obtuse, at least in my mind. I'm gonna actually pop the torch on Halvin just in case reinforcements are coming from those islands. No, but we can see those forts. So yeah, remember what I said about reinforcements being telegraphed by forts most of the time? Yeah, generally it's pretty obvious where they are, and, okay, there's a lot of terrain here that Finn is not a fan of. But, okay, Ronan does not have a vulnerary, but Marty does, so you go ahead and take one. My attack speed's getting up there with the light brand, but I really don't want to go any further forward than necessary, just because I'm terrified of what might be waiting for me. Like, there's a certain very, very, very strong person who's up here, but he doesn't move. At least until you attack him. If you don't know where he is, you might accidentally park somebody next to the fort that he's standing on, and, I mean, I don't know if he actually attacks you yet, but... Like, I do know it's best to just not take that chance. Speaking of not taking that chance, I don't want Leaf to get hit by another ranged enemy. Okay, something else spawned. Goo, 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 goo. Goo, goo. I haven't explained that for people who've just coming to this series. So that's my inside joke. When I first played Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, I saw an enemy laugh, coo. I misread that as goo, and because it was like an early game bandit, that's now how bandits laugh in my headcanon. They say goo. I'm sure there are One Piece laughs out there that are even weirder. So, okay. Mount up, torch up. Where we at? Oh, okay, there's a much bigger area than I thought there was. Lithus Pirates. Oh, you got a vulnerary. You're probably too big for yeah, yeah, you're way too big for Avol to capture. I could get you with Finn, though. But, we've got a couple of Myrmidons up here. They've got pretty good attack speed. Iron Swords aren't that bad to capture, but... Okay, one of them has 6 con... Oh, actually, 2 of them have 6 cons. So Avol can capture a couple of them, but I do want to make sure that I get the lead one not so much, though. So, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, if Leaf goes here, he'll probably get a bit of experience from being attacked by that guy. Yeah, this part of the song, it's not in the Shadow Dragon version, or the Mystery of the Emblem version. Okay, there we go. We are starting to see reinforcements from the lower islands now, which is kind of our cue that we should hurry up, kind of. Because, again, it's going to take them a while to get through the ocean. Oh, there's one over there, too. So, okay, Myrmidons. The enemy Myrmidons don't really have a whole lot of crit, unlike me, Avol. It's silly, but I normally hate puns, but I've always called that critical animation the Sword Ryuken. Sword Ryuken! Then technically it should just be a, sure you can, but the ken being ken for sword, not ken for fist, because sword is ken in Japanese as well. You're not gonna come to me, are you? Well, you are, but I don't know why you moved last. Hand axe, iron. Okay, no vulneraries. But you have one, so let's go ahead and grab that, while also simultaneously grabbing you. Yoink! And... oh, Marty is not totally full yet. So you can take this guy. Okay, now he's totally full. What would I rather have more of? Hand axes or iron bows? Probably hand axes. Although, I could... yeah, Marty's not really doing much right now. I can probably afford to have Ronan. Who also has a full inventory, so I can't. Oh, there's the warrior, okay. So I can't really send Leaf up there. However, I mean, even though he has a vulnerary, I don't really care about keeping that warrior alive, so I'm going to lure him into Avol. Or do I lure him into Leaf instead? He'll have 7 attack speed on Leaf, and, actually, I think Avol just barely doesn't one-round him with the Flame Sword. Though I want to keep Leaf away from her in that case, because otherwise she might crit. Okay, so we have a couple of bloody pirates here. And for that reason, I probably want Ossian to start fighting them a little bit. Dagdar is way too far behind. I could really appreciate his Vigor Star, right? Nope, okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of these, and kind of want to use them as training for Ossian right now, because, I mean, he doesn't really need it, but he's still amazing. If you want to use Ronan, training him on these islands is also probably a good thing, because there's a lot of enemies who just have him take pot shots out and get experience. Okay, the guys who spawned from the north are finally Wait, what? Okay, the warrior didn't even move at Avol. Well, now he is. Interesting. But okay then. You, my good friend, are one of the rare, get the rare honor of maybe getting captured by actually, no, you don't. Actually, Finn's gonna get you. So that is full movement, because he needs to get out of the way of that warrior if he's gonna get the penalties. Okay, there's a chance that I could miss either of these, and given how Finn's been doing lately, it's entirely possible. Okay, good. I need extra iron swords for, like, because Avol's is about to break, so I do need extra iron swords. Okay, good. I can get to the side. Okay. This could work. Flam sword go. Stop flammin' my warrior K. Okay. I missed a 99. That's a thing that can happen in Thracia, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Avol's already amazing. But... If he attacks her again, he's dead. How dead is Leaf if Leaf tries to attack him? Oh, yeah, that's Shiva, by the way. Also, we have Liffus himself, but, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna actually just go here, and... Yeah, despite the high weight, I have better avoid with the light brand, so I'm gonna equip that, and then wait for now. Marty, drop that guy, please, and then Rodin's full. So somebody needs to... I guess Avol can take the Iron Sword, because she needs a new one. I can have 2 of them attack Ossian from here. And I can put Tanya into support of him. I may need Dagdar very soon, for reasons. So what's the warrior gonna do? Does he have a death wish and want to attack Avol? Or is he just gonna go for Leaf? And save the death wish until next turn. I like how that, like, in a lot of the foot unit critical animations, you just run straight through them. Gives a whole new meaning to the phrase being run through. Yeah, there's a lot of these little guys, although Ossian's experience gain is starting to taper out a little bit. After this, I will probably start skipping enemy battle animations. Okay, that guy still gave a good amount of experience, though. Okay, yeah, he is going for the bow. Please tell me he doesn't double leaf with this. Well, he missed anyway. I think I do a little bit more damage this way because it's magical rather than physical. He does double! Thankfully, Leaf wouldn't have died, but yeah. I had a feeling that might be the case. Leaf is infamously very badly slowed down by the light brand. And if I attack you in melee, defense 9 on attack 7. Because if you had 18, I do... Yeah, I think that's exactly enough. However, I need to Flam Sword him if this doesn't work, because Leaf will get splattered otherwise. And goodbye. I like how they give you a couple of promoted enemies this early on, so you can get some good experience out of them. That is not bad. Leaf will definitely be using that at some point that might be soon. So, okay, oh, hey, Avol can just take the guy. Give me your iron... I hate losing an iron axe, but I may have to. It's painful to do so, but I definitely want to get Finn in here. So now that we're up here... Oh, wow, the pirates are going this way, huh? We have 2 things that we need to do here. One of them is the kind of main objective of this mission. Liffus has no weapon. This means that anybody with 7 or higher con can just capture him without a fight. And once you've captured him, your goal is to just hold on to him until the end of the chapter. Which I would normally call out for being a bit of a guide, dang it, but the Leaf and Avol conversation makes it, like, basically tells you that you want to take him alive, and Liffus's dialogue, if you release him, makes it very, very clear that you messed up. So right now, I'm not gonna dock Thracia points for being obtuse. Because I don't actually think it's that bad in this circumstance. However, the real question on my lips is Shiva. Shiva has 12 attack speed, a killing edge, and a vulnerary. He also has soul, so he has a skill % chance to heal himself for all the damage that he did, and he has a Vigor Star as well. This guy is very scary. Now, as you can probably tell by him being an enemy bandit who is not horrendously ugly, He is recruitable, but not in this chapter. And here's the thing. You can capture him now if you want to. It's pretty difficult because he's on a fort and is a Myrmidon and has a killing edge, so it's really difficult. But your reward for doing so is you get his killing edge. And his killing edge is incredibly useful in the upcoming chapters. So I actually really like this. Like, normally you really don't want to fight this guy, but there is basically a bonus objective to do so. You are very well rewarded if you manage to capture him. And here's the thing. In order to attempt to capture Shiva, I am going to save state abuse. This is probably the first time in this playthrough that I will be save state abusing. Oh hey, even Aval can try and capture him. It's probably not going to end well though, yikes, yeah. And yeah, he has the defense boost from the fort too. Like, capturing him is very rough. And I believe once you start attacking him, he will come directly after you. You can soften him up a little bit with the light brand if you're lucky. How about the flam sword? No, that doubles him, so he will die. The reason why I'm going for save state abuse here is I feel like the majority of people who are playing Thracia are not above save state abusing, because you can't actually play it on the original console anyway. So yeah, Shiva kind of lampshades the fact that you really should not be attacking him. Okay, we did hit him though. That's a good start. Good start. Yeah, I only do 3 damage to him without a crit, and I don't really have any other extra Finn support partners I can rely on. He won't double me, but if he does critical, he has 30 attack on my 3 defense, so he will take out... Oh, actually, no, he can't kill her. Right, I just remembered. Aval is invincible. Oh, yeah, she actually needs to crit to do any damage that way. Really, it just comes down to Finn critting. That's what I have to bank on. He gets 2 hits, and I have to crit either of them. Nope, and nope. And yes. That's what happens if you try and fight Shiva. I can try. At least it's experience. If I try and capture with the Iron Blade on Aval... I mean, I did hit him at least. But it still comes down to a Finn critical. Normal attack with the Iron Blade, please don't crit Aval. What? Oh, Adept, right. Please don't crit or Adept Aval. Also don't miss. Okay, he's down to 5. If Finn hits both Brave Lance attacks, he doesn't even need to crit, I have this. Or that could happen, yep. We got him! The key was only moving Ossian to get the RNG that I needed. So yeah, that feels a little bit cheap, but I really wanted that killing edge. Now I need somebody... Everyone here has a full inventory. I guess you can take some stuff off of Marty's hands. Like that javelin he doesn't need. And now, I'm going to show something very, 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 very important. You can take a captured person like this, but whatever you do, do not press release. While releasing doesn't technically count as killing the enemy, it does count as defeating them. And that will prevent them from showing up in any future maps where they may or may not be recruitable. So, if you do capture Shiva here, you need to hold on to him. So from now on, there are actually quite a few enemies that you can recruit by capturing them, and the same rule applies there. You need to hold on to them until the map is over. But when I say that doesn't technically count as killing the enemy, there are some maps with bonus objectives that require sparing certain enemies. If you capture them and then yeet them away, that does count as not killing them, but it does count as removing them from the map, and that prevents recruitable characters from, well, being recruited. So there's only one more thing that I have to do here, apart from, I think you're fine on experience. I don't want to waste more uses of the Vouge against these guys. There's one more thing that I need to do here, and that is, I'm going to capture Lippus with the funniest wait, you can't capture him. Oh, you need to be able to actually attack and have higher con, and they have to be unable to counterattack in order for it to be an instant capture. Okay, well, I guess Avol can do it. Yeah, because you still need to select a weapon, but because he can't attack me, I just instantly capture him. And again, do not let go of Lippus. In fact, I'm going to make a save state just to demonstrate this. Okay, I did get a tiny bit of experience that phase, so I'm going to just have Tanya level up here, and maybe Ossian will get another enemy, and then I will make the save state and show what happens if you release Lippus. Watch this be amazing. I mean, defense is actually decent for her, I think. Get a bit of experience for Finn too before we leave. Much obliged, moron! Looks like I gotta build things up from scratch now. So yeah, they make it pretty clear that you done goofed. But now in the actually good timeline, where we have both Shiva and Lippus safely captured, we can seize and end the map. So, this is the first major reason why we wanted to come to this side quest chapter. This is Safi, a young woman from the monastery at Tara. She met Leaf when we were very, very briefly there. And Lenoan is the Lady of Tara. We'll definitely be meeting her later on. Yeah, as we're being explained here. I mean, it has been maybe 10 or so years since we left Tara. Maybe longer. So, Tara's basically already taken over by the cults. But not really. They had a rebellion. They have a mercenary army. King Bloom of Thracia is an antagonist from Genealogy of the Holy War. If you want to find out what happens to him, play that game. Here, he's basically just what TV tropes would call a greater scope villain. Unfortunately, the city is now very, very, very under siege, and we kind of have our own problems right now, otherwise we'd rush to help them. Because we're indebted to that Duke. Not a day goes by without us thinking about Persona 4 dancing. Yes, we'll do that, but first I have to rescue my girlfriend and my other best friend. From the other big evil lord of the Empire.
My aid is yours.
Safi is Thracia's first staff user, and there's something you should know about staffs in Thracia. They're broken. So it follows that Safi is also broken. But it's not all good news for Staves in Thracia because they have one bit of jank. They can miss. Yes, this is a real mechanic. The chance of a staff hitting is 60 plus 4 times the character's skill. This means that once they reach 10 skill, a staff user will never miss. Until that point though, it's always a possibility, but Thracia fans will always be quick to tell you that missing with staves is not the worst thing in the world, because it doesn't consume a use and you still get staff experience. Speaking of which, staves are the exception to the 1 weapon experience per use rule. They give varying amounts of weapon experience, they also give varying amounts of fatigue, but that'll be relevant later. And Safi starts only 10 weapon experience away from B rank staves, and promoting her gives her a free plus 50 staff experience, another full rank. Warp staves are A ranked. They are full map range in Thracia, you get multiple of them, and the first comes in Chapter 7, and it is very possible to get Safi to A staves by then. But Safi is unique even among other staff users because she has a personal one, Hammern. Repairing a weapon or other staff to full uses is always amazing, but it's even better in Thracia because 1, you get it really early, and 2, there's a lot of amazing personal weapons to fix up. Alternatively, you can use it to repair warp and status staves to break the game even more. With all this going for her, Safi's stats don't really matter outside of skill until it hits 10, and HP for fatigue reasons. If you want, you can use Crusader Scrolls to improve her HP growth to make it less likely she'll need to sit out chapters later on. That said, staff fatigue isn't as bad as it looks in my opinion, because you don't need to deploy every staff user in every chapter, and Thracia gives you plenty of them to rotate out. Overall, Safi is great in Thracia entirely because staves are great, and so many people affectionately call her Staffy. Another warning about staff users in Thracia: until they promote, keep them far away from enemies, and once they do promote, make sure to give them a weapon even if you don't intend on fighting with them. Without a weapon, a single touch from an enemy will capture them, and that will lose you all their staves unless you can capture that enemy back. So this is the second reason why you really want to do this side quest. If you capture this guy and hold on to him, this happens. Yeah, if we handed him over to the village that he massively ravaged, he's probably going to end up like, one of the Briarwood's nobles in the animated version of Critical Role, let's just say. Safi, you have... No! I'm so sorry, but you're very wrong. You are incredibly wrong. And, yes. Hopefully you never need to find out just how wrong you are. But there is one slight advantage in Lithus being completely thirsty for her, and that is that just because she's joining our army, he's gonna join our army too, but only so that he has a chance to book it. Or so that he can turn us over to the Empire for money. Yeah, honorable thief like Matthew, or basically every other recruitable thief in Fire Emblem, Lithus ain't. Lithus might be one of the most unlikable playable characters in any Fire Emblem game. And that's really... And, well, here he is.
Give me your gold, and I'll give you your life.
Lithus is the first potential thief you get in Thracia, and that's one of the reasons you want to go to this side quest. Because thieves, like many things in Thracia, are very interesting due to how stealing works. If your speed is higher than the enemy's, instead of simply taking an item, you initiate a trade with the enemy. Weapons, items, staves, there is only one limit on what you can take, and that's that the item's weight has to be less than the thief's con. And Lithus' base con of 6 means that most weapons are off limits for him. but magic tomes are quite light, and this gives him a really weird and hilarious niche. Lithus can turn enemy mages harmless just by walking up to them, and he will have many such victims in chapters 4 and 5. But if he wants to move on to bigger time thievery, Lithus needs to bulk up, which isn't likely on his bases because he only has a 10% con growth. There is one Crusader scroll that gives a bonus to con growth though, and it may be worth your while giving it to him. But I should mention now, there is another thief you get later who has much higher base con and far better combat stats, so Lithus may not be the best at that job. Stealing, in air quotes, isn't just for taking things. You can also give the enemy one of your items, and there are strategies based on giving bosses detrimental weapons. Lithus' thief utility doesn't end there though, he can also use lockpicks. And it's easy to get more through capturing or stealing from enemy thieves. As Thracia is a game where you can literally get softlocked through lack of door keys, I probably don't need to tell you how useful this is. Besides thief utility though, Lithus doesn't offer much. His combat is terrible, and that's not just because his only good growth is speed. See that follow-up critical modifier? You are reading that right, that is a 0. This means when Lithus double attacks, his second hit can never critical. Unlike some early Fire Emblem games, thieves can promote in Thracia and they gain vantage, but I would not recommend using a Master Seal on Lithus. Just keep him to thief stuff, he doesn't deserve anything more. And I'll see you all next time when we put those two to use in battle.